Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here tonight for another edition of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. It is going to be a fun one, doubleheader action coming for you guys here on this great Thursday. It is the Echo Park Automotive 250 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Following that, we will be running at the Homestead Miami Speedway for the second race here tonight, again, of the doubleheader or the Xfinity Series version of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We do full race NASCAR video game live streams on a daily basis, as well as other related NASCAR content, some vlogs up on the channel already. We have, or I should say, I have just uploaded the highlights from the grandstands from the Dover race this weekend, so definitely tune in for that as well. I am waiting on my camera still. That is why we did not get a vlog of the infield. I went to Best Buy, what was it, Thursday before I left. I left on Saturday. I went there Thursday. I couldn't call the bank because I went after the bank closed, and then for whatever reason, they weren't allowing me to make payments for it. So even though I had the money for it, whatever. So one way or another, I couldn't get it there. I will definitely have it before Charlotte. Hopefully they have it in stock still. That's what I'm hoping for. They only had one more in stock. That's what scares me, that they might not have it. And I couldn't order more because then you had to pay for it when you ordered it or whatever in order to get it. So I don't know. It was a hassle. So anyway, hopefully I get that before Charlotte. But the video is up on YouTube. If you guys want to check that out, I highly recommend it. As far as the NASCAR Fantasy Podcast goes, we'll be seeing that again here very soon on the channel, obviously, as well. So a lot of stuff coming up here. And it starts with this one right here. Again, the Echo Park Automotive 250 at Atlanta. 163 laps, 250 miles around this mile and a half. The bumpiest racetrack on the schedule. We just had a bumpy one last night, the first race of the doubleheader when we ran at the Auto Club Speedway. Finished 7th in that one, and we are coming into this race off a win at Phoenix yesterday in the first short track race of the season. So we'll see what will come of this one. Qualified for the first time this year as well. Qualified 15th. Looks like we're starting 14th. At least one driver dropping to the rear of the field. We go. About to get this one underway. Justin Haley, Landon Castle will be starting at the rear of the field. Brandon Brown doesn't look like he's going to be too strong for this one. So here we go. Better again from the 14th starting position. Green flag is in the air, and we are underway at Atlanta. Harrison Burton on the pole for the second time this season will lead the field to the green. A little bit of a wheel spin there, hopping from third to fourth gear for Schneider. 40 laps in stage 1, 40 laps in stage 2. Final stage is going to make up of 83 laps. Going back down to the bottom after Alex LeMay pulled up in front of him. 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. Just up ahead, Jeremy Clements is sliding around very, very loose.
Got one outside now.
Got into the back of Brandon Jones on turn 4 as well. His career win in the Xfinity Series last season, and he already has one win this year. He had 4 of last season total. Ross Chastain has won 2 races already this year, so we got 3 different winners in the first 4 races. Chastain and Briscoe both coming in with 3 straight top 5s. So Briscoe already leading lap 1 here in this race. Look at this run. Schneider's got all the way down the front stretch after running the top lane through 3 and 4. A 3-wide pass getting into turns 1 and 2. Now he's underneath the 21 and the 7 as the car slides really, really wide. He's still 3 wide underneath Gregson and LeMay. Around quite a bit with this lower downforce on this extremely bumpy racetrack. Cars are going to be struggling for grip all day long. There's an accidental slide all the way up the track again. Center had to get out of the gas to allow Alex LeMay to get on by. Held up Justin Allgaier, and Gregson makes a couple passes per position that time in turns 1 and 2. And qualifying, but no practice for this race. 94 on the engine, 90 on the aero, 90 on the suspension for our race team coming in
You're all
this
good
week.
on top there.
As far as the departments go, so that's looking pretty good. Surge of momentum through turns 3 and 4. 3 wide down the front stretch underneath the Glen. See again, Alex O'Day once again. Gonna hold 3 wide into turn 1. One of the wider mile and a halfs on the circuit, but how bumpy this racetrack is, it is still difficult to even go, say, 3 wide. Schneider up the middle now. Underneath of Brandon Jones, Riley Herbst chops down right in front of him, and that really shot the 99 up the racetrack. Got extremely tight when Herbst pulled down in front of him getting into turn 3. Corner exit though to get around Herbst anyway. Still trails Brandon Jones in the battle for 6th. Just getting slung around everywhere right now. Schneider wants to go for back-to-back wins. He did not do that at all last season with the 4 wins he had, but he did have 3 in the last 9 races, 1 in the first 4 this year. The team is trying to pick up where they left off at least. He gets around Jones to the outside of Austin Cindric now. Up to 2nd, or sorry, up to 4th rather. 5th. Don't know where we're at on the racetrack. My goodness. It's terrible. Battle for 2nd is going on between Michael Annette, Harrison Burton. They're side by side with Burton on the inside, Annette on the outside. Chastain in 4th early on in this race as well. Gonna pause it for a quick second, making sure I got the chat. Okay, so we do have the chat up. For whatever reason, I didn't have chat originally, and caution's out. First time today, very early in this race. At lap 7, we get our first yellow. Kyle Larson, welcome to the stream. Yes, we did win here last season in the one race at Atlanta. As well as last night's race also. No pit stops going to be coming up right now, at least. After that first caution of the day, Cesar Baccarella, Matt Mills, Colby Howard. All the drivers at the rear of the field, way at the back, are going to be pitting, but everybody else is going to stay out.
Ready?
Flag back in the air at Atlanta. That lap 7 caution. Schneider goes 3 wide underneath Harrison Burton, Michael Annette for about 2nd place on the restart. And he's already going to clear them both as well, trying to get after Chase Briscoe down the back straightaway. Briscoe's led every lap so far, but Schneider is closing in fast. Gonna look to the high side for the lead off turn 4. Schneider only led the final 17 laps of the race with that win at Phoenix yesterday. He takes the lead away from Briscoe, the guy he won the race from last night. Only took him 12 laps to do it here today. 17 laps, again, were the only laps he won the entire race. So it took until very late in the day to get up to the front, but that is not the case here in this one. This is the first race he's qualifying for this year. The others, he just started out at the back without any sort of qualifying practice. Got to be helping this race team, I'd have to assume. He is holding it wide open on this racetrack right now as well. Got to manage those tires well enough, at least to the end of this stage. That's all he's hoping for. Again, we've already had 1 caution. A little tight. Oh, barely keeps it off the wall off turn 2. He had to lift quite a bit there on corner exit. Still got a 2-second lead over Briscoe, followed by Annette, Jones, and Burton in the top 5. 1 one driver is out of the race after that first caution of the day. Tough to tell exactly who it is. 25 laps to go in stage 1. They're trying to maybe get that first stage win of the season. He won a stage at Atlanta last year as well. He won the second stage of the race as well as the race itself. And an overtime finish. First 3 races of the year had cautions all in the final 20 laps of the race. Last night at Phoenix, they went green with a 38-lap run. They were green to the very end, but a lot of cautions in the final stage 4 to be exact. That's kind of been the story of the season up to this point. We're driving 1 and 2 a little bit since he's gotten out to the lead. A lot of that is just the tire wear in general. The tires wear out so much here at Atlanta. Run a couple laps, you have to pick the 4 fresh tires. Very little strategy coming into play, but with the limited set of tires in the Truck and Xfinity Series, that could throw a little bit of strategy, maybe some 2-tire strats out of Schneider today. He's hoping that that won't be the case. He's done a very good job of conserving those tires, which will help him win at Phoenix last night. And that extra set for that final caution, about 38 laps to go. He got to win the 17 laps left in the race. This one, he is just pulling away. Everybody's probably saving their tires. I'd have to assume that outside of Vegas, in his Xfinity Series career at least, he has done a great job of conserving tires, so you have to believe that him running hard right now, just trying to get away from everybody, should work out. Trying to run that upper groove now that he's pulling away as well, really trying not to hurt those tires as much as possible. He's obviously at more of a risk of possibly hitting the wall, but he saves the right front a little bit more with being able to run at or near full throttle. He is on it here today. Chastain's already got 2 wins, 3 stage wins on the year, so Schneider's going to try to catch up, especially Chastain running top 5 early on in this one. Briscoe's actually the points leader, though. Chastain comes into this race second in points. Schneider would be 4th. After his win, Alfredo rounds out the top 5, so all 5 winners, all the drivers who have wins are in the top 5 in points. There's 3 of them. Briscoe being the points leader that hasn't won yet, but close a couple times again. Tyler Burback, welcome to the stream. Arrived in Austin, Texas for COTA. Awesome, man. Hopefully you have fun this weekend with all 3 series race there, as well as practice and qualifying the wheel. Definitely a fan-friendly weekend. I heard they're supposed to have about 60,000 people there as far as how many tickets they've sold to this point. Obviously, they can still sell more here last second as well. So that's pretty cool. 60,000. Nice to see things starting to slowly return back as far as capacity and things at the racetrack. But yeah, hopefully you have a lot of fun. Heard it's a great facility. Haven't been there in person, but it's a great facility. As usual, should be a lot of fun anytime you go to the race. Oh, we got trouble getting into turn 3. Caution is going to wave. Caution is out for the first time today, second time already today. Somebody's up in smoke going into turns 3 and 4. And that is not what Schneider wanted to see. He's going to stay out. Everybody else is going to be coming to pit road. This was right before he hit lap traffic. I guess not everybody. There are some other drivers staying out. Timmy Hill's the one driver out of the race. Brought out the first caution. So it looks like Harmon, Baccarella, Mills, and Howard are all going to stay out. But remember, they pitted under the first yellow, so that's probably why they're staying out. Schneider's going to stay out to conserve his tires as well, so we'll see what he's going to be able to do here. It is a large facility. Yeah, they're racing the 3.41 mile racetrack, but there's obviously different configurations there that could be longer, so it's definitely a huge facility.
We're going green. Be ready here.
You got good seats, that's awesome to
Green
hear.
flag is in the air.
Green flag back in the air at Atlanta. Top 5 on older tires, 6th on back has crushed tires, 13 laps to go. We'll see what Schneider can do with the clean air. It's going to be tough, Atlanta. We know this track's like a cheese grater on tires. We saw it at Fontana, but it was also similar to Atlanta in tire wear. How much the tires played a big factor, old versus new, even when it's just 7 laps. This one is a little more than 20 lap pressure tires for those who are just pitted. You obviously got to get around those 4 slower cars first, and this is allowing Schneider to have a pretty solid restart. Trying to build that gap as much as he can because he wants to win that first stage of the season. Put himself another playoff point. He's got to go for it here. Michael Annette Ross Chastain. Michael Annette are both battling right now over a 3-second lead. Again, this is going to buy Schneider a lot of time here. Ross Chastain has just jumped up to second place. 3.7 seconds off the lead at the start-finish line with 11 to go. By the time he finally gets through that traffic, he's going to go to work now. That might be enough of a lead to at least hang on, you would have to imagine. So one's going to be Madness Dakota. Not a racing simulation, second finish up next night. Yeah, we'll see. Just the fact it's a new racetrack in general is going to bring a lot of money. We saw that with the Charlotte Roval a couple of years ago as far as the road courses go. I'm sure COTA will be much a similar thing, I have to imagine. Casting's slowly starting to close in. Licky is up to 3rd place. Great run for him. Trying to hold off Annette. Chase Briscoe right behind him, and he's about a second behind Chastain already. He just needs to keep it this much. He's doing a great job. Despite, again, a little over 20 lap older tires. Still got about a 3-second lead. And Chastain is closing, but not at a pace that's enough to where he would absolutely catch Schneider right now unless Schneider makes a mistake. But no traffic ahead of him. This is bonus for him. Plus he's saving that extra set of tires. Plus he'll still get the stage win if he could just hang on. Yeah, I didn't watch any of the Pro Invitational last night. All I heard was that James Davidson won. So not sure you can really simulate that. That would be a great simulation for it. We'll see. We'll see. 6 laps to go, stage 1. 4-second lead now for Schneider over Chastain. And this just goes to show that the track position seems to be playing out big as well as the tires here tonight. You can just have that track position in the late race restart. That could be huge. Chastain, we mentioned he's won twice already this year. He did finish runner-up second at Atlanta over Schneider last year, and he about had that race won. It wasn't for a caution with 3 laps to go to help bring Schneider into it. Eventually, obviously, Schneider got his first win of the season, and then went on that 20-race winless streak before winning the second race. Winning already last night at Phoenix. He doesn't want to win the streak this year. He wants to go back-to-back. He's got a very good chance to do this. just that here today. He is 6 seconds ahead, still pulling. Right front's wearing out quite a bit, but we expected that at Atlanta, but not enough to slow down a whole lot. Now, there's other drivers that stayed out of the pits during the stage break. They could be in danger of going a lap down here to the end of stage 1. That just caught up to Chastain now for second place. Nearly 7 seconds off the lead. 3 laps to go with the line in stage 1. Two to go at the line. Matt Mill's going to go a lap down. So is Mike Harmon here down the front stretch. They're battling for the free pass position now, but I don't think that's going to last long either. Colby Howard, Cesar Baccarello are about to go a lap down too.
You're wearing those tires down.
That strategy really didn't work out for them trying to stay out. So track position immediately. They're already running towards the back of the pack anyway beforehand. Cesar Baccarello's in the free pass spot coming to the start-finish line. 1 lap to go in stage 1.
1 more to go.
Schneider again about to win his first stage of the season. Right front tire's easily going to make it. Went to the top side midway through the run for about 10 laps or so before that caution came out to help save the tires, but he wasn't really lifting any extra to that. Didn't want to, doesn't really need to. Some cautions in the opening stage, not enough to derail this 99 at all. Line checker flag in the air. Schneider wins stage 1 at Atlanta. Again, his first stage win of the season. Giving himself another playoff point. Always nice to get that first stage win of the year out of the way. Pit stops coming up once again here. First time for Schneider that he is going to pit during the stage break though. Full fresh tires, full tank of fuel, no need to repair any damage. And no adjustments needed on this 99 car. It is bat fast here today. Anthony Alfredo wins.
Coming to the green. Are you ready here?
Dakota, what would that do to the points? I don't think Alfredo's going to be like that. I don't know how, good or bad a road course racer he is, but I don't see what this season. Daytona can use that, I guess. Even at Talladega, he didn't really look like he was there on speed, even though John had an even check ran well in the super speedways and competed for a win at Talladega a couple times last year. And his teammate, Michael McDowell, won the 500 and finished 3rd at Dega earlier in the season, too. And will lead the opening lap of stage 2 under green. Restarting from the lead and winning that race off pit road. He's going to overdrive turns 1 and 2 just a tad bit. Michael Annette's coming up the outside. Briscoe to the inside. Oh, I thought Annette was going to get there. He couldn't quite do it. Schneider blocked him off. Briscoe to the lead into turn 3. Got a great run in the center of the corner. All over Briscoe, who just led another lap. Here's Burton up to 3rd. Slip-up was allowing Briscoe to get that run. Schneider into that middle lane through 3 and 4. Not going to do a whole lot for him there. Briscoe continues to lead.
That was a great lap.
Schneider's fastest lap of the race, too. Briscoe missed. 98 team must have made some adjustments during that opening pit stop. second pit stop, I guess, technically for them in the race. That has given them a better opportunity here. Justin Haley underneath Harrison Burton as they battle for third. Side by side there, nearly 3 wide. Cindric right behind him. Brandon Jones, Michael Annette in the mix still. Briscoe still leads on Schneider. Schneider is there. Schneider looks low for the lead into turn 1. Another fastest lap of the race for Schneider that time. He's underneath of Chase Briscoe. Can't quite get there. He's going to side draft him off turn 2, and here comes Justin Haley into the mix. Haley with a run down the back straightaway. Schneider into turn 3 with the advantage on the bottom again. Blows past Chase Briscoe. Briscoe hops down low maybe for a crossover, but Schneider is able to hold it full throttle. He stays in front of him on corner exit. Schneider back out and run after Briscoe after a couple laps on that restart. Does seem to be a little bit better in 3 and 4 versus turns 1 and 2. Briscoe's not going anywhere yet. He's holding right there. Trying to take that lane away from him though in 3 and 4, and that's all the way near the high side. Chastain's really dropped back. Battling for second late in stage 2. It's outside the top 5. So he's about 6th or 7th in the track. Actually more like 7th or 8th. But you could look into somebody different winning. Not only it's a new track on the schedule, so you got that wild card aspect of it, but again, it is a road course. Some decent to good road course racers without a win in the Cup Series this season. Chase Elliott, obviously, is the big one. He's above the cutoff line, but still, get another new winner. McDowell already has a win, but he even finished top 10 at the Daytona road course this season, too. Him. Maybe Daniel Suarez can end up having a good run this weekend as well for Trackhouse. He's got a couple of top 10s already this year, including one at Dover last week, in fact. Maybe some momentum there for a Trackhouse team. Ran well on the road courses recent years. He's the regular season points leader by over 100 points right now. He still hasn't won a race this season. Maybe another new winner as well. With a different camera angle for the first time in today's race at Atlanta. Again, first of 2 races of a doubleheader. We will be running Homestead after this one. Look at the bumps just throwing around this race car. A corner entry into turn 1's rough. Down the back straightaway in a straight line, it's rough. There's no smooth parts of this racetrack whatsoever. Lack of grip. 4-second lead now on Briscoe. Could have a very good potential of leading over 100 laps today. The way he's running, at least early on, likely indicate that. It's going to be tough to beat this 99. He's definitely got the fastest car on the racetrack. Honestly, even last year when he won Atlanta and won a stage in the race, it was between him and Chastain the whole way. I mean, he never really had the fastest race car. It's like they were sitting with each other. Again, he was in second there late when that caution came out with 3 to go going into overtime. And he was running down Chastain late in the run. But I don't think he was going to have enough time to get there and likely wasn't going to win the race. But today, he is hands down got the fastest race car. Took him a little bit to get to the lead. Not long, only 12 laps. That was it. Now we have another caution. 107 laps to go in the race. Our third caution already for incident today. See if anybody hits pit road. Gregson's going to hit pit road. Some drivers at the rear of the lead lap also going to hit the pits. Colby Howard will get the free pass, by the way. Vaccarella got the free pass during the stage break. Blogwood, Jeff Green, Austin Hill, all going to pit road as well. All the lap cars in general are going to pit. Schneider staying out. A lot of the field really staying out during this caution. So a bunch of back together. That leads the race for the moment. Saw him spin the tires on the opening start of this race, but that was in the outside groove. And in the inside, every restart since. Green flag back in the air here. Outside. Good jump on Briscoe at least. Tries to hang on. To go, stage 2. Brandon Jones up to second place, race high position there. Well, he was for a tiny split second. He's likely side by side with Chase Briscoe right now. They are side by side. And so now finally Jones clears it off of turn 4. Going to try to pull away from Briscoe. Over half the tire wear left, and we have less than half the stage remaining. At least for Schneider, not sure about everybody else, but outside of the drivers that pitted, we know they'll be playing it. Again, it's probably going to take a lot of cautions in that final stage to really kind of change this pit strategy a lot to maybe get Schneider out of that clean air. Even on older tires, when he's restarting out in the lead, he's still tough to beat. Reese runs similar enough lap times, so they get out ahead just a little bit. Maybe his own for there. You have a race car like this, though, especially a season where he had 4 wins. Yes, that was a good season for his first year, but seeing a rookie like definitely wants to go cup racing next season. In order to do that, he's got to win the championship this year in the Xfinity Series. They got that truck championship. Well, it took him 1 season to do that. Won 13 races along the way. You're 8 seconds ahead of Brandon Jones. Largest lead of the race now for Schneider here late stage 2. Again, he's had a strong start to the season. Second in the season opener at Daytona, then a little bit of a bounce backwards. In Vegas, a blue left front tire, still rallied to finish 7th, still rallied to finish 11th. Just outside the top 10, despite the fact, again, blowing that left front, actually going 2 laps down because of it. Pit road speeding penalty mixed in there. It's just a bad race. Very valiant effort just to get up to 11th and still finish on the lead lap. Turn that right around in the next race. The 7th place run at the Auto Club. And of course, the win at Phoenix last night. As well, he's trying to go for another win. First 5 races of the season. He already won stage 1. He's looking to sweep the stages. Schneider has not swept any stages in his Xfinity Series career. All last season he didn't do it. It hasn't done it in the first 4 races this year. I didn't think it was going to take quite that long to do something like that. 38 races in our Xfinity Series career total to win both stages in a race, but good chance of that here tonight at Atlanta. I don't want to jinx it too much, though. We haven't gotten there yet. We've seen 3 cautions incident already today. We saw one fairly late in stage 2. But enough cars stayed out, it kind of helped buy a little bit of time for Schneider. He was able to hold on. 12.5-second lead here. Got lap traffic not that much further ahead of him. 10 laps to go now in stage 2. Coming in hot. A little contact with David Starr off turn 4.
Got one up top. Clear all around there.
Coming in way too hot. To be completely honest there. Trying to lap as many cars as he can for the end of the 2nd stage.
Still there.
A little bit more patient though. They don't want to wreck the race car. Remember, they do have to use the same chassis for the next 2 races at Homestead and Texas.
Still there. Got one up top. You got room. You're clear there. Got one peeking inside. All clear.
Squeezed on the high side. Matt Mills gave him just enough room.
Clear all around. All right. Clear outside. Got room, you're clear there. Alright, you're clear there. Hold your line, got one outside. Alright, you're clear there. Still there. Got a car coming inside now. You're all clear on the bottom there. Got one peeking inside.
Schneider's already lapped over half the field. Slip sliding around the racetrack. Only the top 15 are on the lead lap. White front tires down to 19%. There's the tire where it goes. Into lap 33 this time. Oh, caution is out very late in the stage. And we're going to see a lot of drivers hit pit road here. Josh Bilicki will get the free pass at 16th. Austin Hill might try to... Some of those lap cars are going to try to take the wave around. Schneider's going to stay out of the pit, so they're not going to be able to get the wave around here. And Noah Gregson's going to stay out of the pits as well. He'll restart in 2nd. So we'll see. This might foil Schneider's opportunity of trying to win stage 2. held on the last time, but remember there were 5 cars that stayed out last time, and a lot of them were slower cars outside of Schneider. Gregson's a little bit quicker, at least in 13th right now, but the top 2 are going to stay on the pits this time. Michael Annette wins the race on pit road, so he'll restart third.
We're going green. Are you ready now?
Green flag back in the air. 2 laps to go in stage number 2 for Schneider to try and hold on and win the stage. Gregson with a decent enough restart despite being on those older tires was able to at least pull down in front of his teammate Michael Annette. It's going to buy Schneider a little bit of time now down the back straightaways. Annette's trying to get around his teammate Gregson. Russian tire's going to take advantage into 3. Annette's got the run. Can he get to Schneider? 1 lap to go in stage 2 this time at the line. Schneider trying to sweep the stages for the first time in his Xfinity Series career, but he's got Annette and Haley closing in fast on about 30 lap pressure tires. Annette's going to try the outside, Haley to the inside as they're side by side for second. That's the best thing for Schneider right now down the back straightaway. Half a lap to go, less than a mile left. Annette and Haley are right there. Schneider's going to go back to the bottom in turns 3 and 4. He's going to slide up the racetrack a little bit, but not enough for Haley to get the run. Annette with a huge run on the high side. He's going to get to Schneider's back bumper. That's going to be it. Schneider wins stage 2 at Atlanta by about 3/4 of a car over Michael Annette, who was hauling on that outside groove off of turn 4. So Schneider hangs on for that 2-lap green-white checker restart to the end of stage 2 on older tires. Another half a straightaway, he wouldn't have been able to hold off Annette. He's already on his outside. Schneider's going to pit, give up that track position, but he does win the first 2 stages of the race with that call. And he's had a fast car regardless today as well. No adjustments, 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. Jackson's going to pit as well. Free pass goes to Jeff Green in 17th. 4 cautions for incident in the first 2 stages combined.
All right, man.
Into the final stage. 80 laps to go when we go green. Green flag back in the air at Atlanta. Michael Annette will lead the field to the green after finishing a close second place there in stage 2. So we had another classic Atlanta finish for stage 2 at least. Side by side, we'll see what happened here in this one. Look at Gregson 3 wide. Put back underneath Schneider. These guys have 2-lap pressure tires. Honestly, in Atlanta, that will pay pretty decent dividends. Schneider's boxed in, though, behind Harrison Burton and Justin Allgaier.
You're all clear on the bottom there.
Gets back down to the bottom, off turn 4. 4 wide. Going through the front stretch. And they made it somehow. Schneider gets back around Gregson.
You got room, you're clear there.
And Ross Chastain's back out in front as well. Actually, this is going to be the first lap he's led all the way, so he's been trying second before that. He's not yet led. Shouldn't be able to lead this lap at the line. Trying to get that top lane to work. Fredo trying to go low and maybe block Schneider off. On the front stretch, Schneider let's cut the grass. He's trying to get underneath Alfredo into 1 and 2 and does. 3 wide. Brandon Jones all the way on the outside. That upper groove. And Jones got shot out of a cannon off turn 2. So did LeBay on the top to get to the outside of both Josh Williams and Austin Cindric.
Careful. Still there.
Williams having a good day at 8th currently. Williams as he turns 1 and 2.
Still there.
Clear.
All right. You're
Inside
clear.
Briscoe.
Outside.
Ooh, got it in the back of Jones. Jones gets a little sideways. Holding on to it through the bumps. Schneider up the middle now. Continuing with Cindric and LeBay. Off turn 4. O'Reilly Herbst is right there. A little bit of contact between the 36 and the 99 down the front stretch.
Nice and easy. You're 3 wide.
They're still 3 wide. Briscoe trying to follow Schneider into that middle groove. Couldn't hang on. Filed the 2x2 now, and here goes Schneider. Closing in on both the Cully cars, and then the race leader, Michael Lynette.
Stay on the bottom here. Got one up top. All right, clear outside.
That's probably going to be a sitting duck into turn 3. Schneider looks low. He's easily going to take that lead back.
All right, you're clear.
First lead in the final stage now for the guy who won the first 2 stages of the race. Schneider, again, won here a year ago. He won stage 2 at Atlanta as well, so I guess if you consider the final stage last year, the second stage last year, and the first 2 stages this year, he hasn't not led at the end of the stage, the last 4 stages here in Atlanta. Trying to make it 5. That incentive bonus already too of $93,000 plus. Just with the top 5 alone in the next 4 races, and I'm doing here tonight. Easy money for this 99 team, I gotta say. Already after a 2.5 second lead. I mean, you guys saw right there how much even 2-lap pressure tires here at Atlanta made a difference on that restart. Noah Gregson still hasn't gotten into the top 5, but I think it's just the combination of the fresh tires and having the fastest car, even if it's only 2-lap pressure tires. Schneider got to the lead in about 6 laps, despite restarting back 16. That's just impressive. We have at least one more pit stop, maybe 2 the rest of this race. Choose wisely on when you want to pit. If we get any more cautions, for instance, 70 laps to go. You could see these guys split 40-40, considering each of the first 2 stages were 40 laps. Schneider knows even on older tires, if he just has that track position, it works well. He's able to hang on each of the first 2 stages. Restarts in the final 13 or less laps in case he had 2-lap like run when he had 30-lap older tires versus he had about 20-lap older tires back in stage 1 when the caution wave. Held on to the lead both times. You have to assume if we get at least another caution here, he'd be willing to pit under that yellow. The tires aren't going to matter as much to Schneider today, believe it or not, despite it being a track like Atlanta, as far as tire fall-off goes compared to other racetracks. I want to see our season statistics after the first 5 races this year. Especially if we keep on leading laps the rest of this race and go on to victory lane. We're probably going to have led nearly as many laps in the first 5 races of the year this year compared to what we led all of last season, which is just mind-boggling. I figured we were going to compete for the championship, but out of the gate, I didn't think we were going to win 2 of the first 5 races, to be completely honest. And again, that's assuming Schneider goes to victory lane here today. This thing is not over yet, but it is looking very bright for this 99 team. Just gets put back in traffic late enough in this race. We saw it took him 6 laps to get to the lead there. I mean, that could be all it takes to lose this thing. We saw this race again go to overtime last season when Ross Chastain had about a 1.5 lead with 3 to go. Schneider was closing, but he wasn't likely closing quick enough to catch Chastain. those closing laps. Could be a roll reversal today with Schneider being that guy that's leading. So they're trying to chase in from behind late on fresher tires, gets the yellow.
Careful, still there. All right, you're clear.
Already in the lap traffic.
You're all clear up top there.
A lot of these guys are already lapped down. 17 drivers on the lead lap.
You're all clear up top there.
I believe 18 after the stage with the 3 prospect summit. Got to look to see who it was exactly.
Careful, still there. All clear. Car there on the outside.
2 lap pressure tires will have evened out a couple laps into the restart. Just that initial 2 lap get, the 2 lap run, maybe even 3 or 4 laps at the most before they start to equalize. He'll go a lap now.
Bottom clear.
Schneider into the back of Brandon Brown off turn 4.
All clear.
Young is taking over second. I mean, he's battled for second throughout the course of this race today, but he hasn't been in second place for very many laps. Obviously, hasn't led at all yet today either. I want to see if Chastain and Briscoe can keep that top 5 streak on. So far, Chastain's in 4th. He's looking to make it 4 in a row. He did not finish in the top 10 at Daytona, so it wouldn't be to start the season necessarily, but just 4 in a row after Daytona. That would be impressive.
Stay high. Clear low, bud. Inside. You got room. You're clear. Clear low.
Obviously, there hasn't been any green flag pit stops yet today. No practice. We did have no practice means there's no practicing of trying to make it on the road without speed.
You're clear there.
That could always play a huge factor as well in this race. If there is a green flag stop, Schneider obviously doesn't own speed. The 15-second penalty, he's nearly got a 15-second lead as it is. We'll have to be careful there. Oop, man, just slings to the outside of Hemrick.
All clear.
I thought he was going to go back down to the bottom. He kind of ran to the middle line. He closed up on him so quick. He about ran in the back of him, and that car slid out so much from the bumps on the high side, he about tagged the wall. He has kept it off the wall all day long as well. I mean, this has been a near perfect race here for Schneider. A little contact on the restart. He had a bit of contact a couple of times. Nothing major, obviously. It's pretty much clean. I wonder if some of these guys might try a 2-stop race versus, a 1-stop race. How much of a difference is that going to make? You have to imagine 2 stops is probably going to win it just with the tire fall off at this racetrack. Other tracks might be a little bit more closer. I think 2 might be the win it here. We'll see. Maybe if you're Schneider, you just try 1. Less chances of a mistake, perhaps. He'll take this opening run as far as he can. Right now, he's just committed to running fast. He's not sitting anything. He's got 2 sets of tires left. He knows he'll make it to the end. Whether he has to pit once or twice, that's really the only question. But he has lapped so many cars already in this thing as well.
Caution.
And now we have a caution. 57 laps to go. Caution will wait for the 5th time today. We're going to be seeing pit stops. Schneider's going to bring it onto pit road as well as everybody else. Free pass, will go to Noah Gregson. And no adjustments for the 99 once again. This will bunch everybody back up. We'll have 54 laps to go when we go green.
cover to the green. Be
Yep.
ready.
Green flag back in the air.
Green flag is in the air.
Schneider wins the race off pit road. A restart from the lead with 54 laps left. Brandon Jones comes out in second. Annette Haley back in number 2. Chastain in fifth on the restart. In there at 7th. Only 13 cars on the lead lap. We do have a second driver out of the race. Not sure exactly who that is yet. These guys challenge with Schneider on these restarts for about 5 or 6 laps. And then Schneider finally starts to pull away as well. So again, maybe a late race restart again just comes into play enough. Give these guys more of a chance. The turns 1 and 2. And here comes Michael Annette to the back bumper off turn 2. Schneider looking low, not going to get there yet. Chastain with a run up high. The extra turn 2. Schneider low to block Annette into 3 and 4. An opportunity to pass is likely going to have to be in 1 and 2. The Schneider's a little bit better on the other end of the track at 3 and 4, and that comes really low. Schneider trying to pinch him. Look at Annette squeeze through, and Michael Annette is going to take the lead away on the restart. How about Alex Almeida second as well? Then moves up.
Got one peeking inside.
A little sideways. Also that clean air for the moment. He's starting to fall back a little bit. Should be just the second time and that's win today.
Still there.
First time it's simply just off that restart here at stage 3. Has a run, 3 wide, underneath Chastain and Jones, number 1 and 2, so that clears Chastain, still underneath Jones.
Still there.
Chastain looks low, maybe going to try to take it 3 wide.
3 wide, keep pushing.
3 and 4, Schneider still not real lane, he clears Jones. Still clears up the exit of turn 4 on Chastain. Wilson Burton started on the pole, led the first couple laps of the race, hasn't led since. And it sends it into 1 and 2 underneath Alex LeBay.
Still there. You got room, you're clear there.
All over here, so Burton couldn't get around in there. Burton kind of beat the back to the gas, which started having to pedal the throttle maybe a little bit more.
Careful, still there.
Here again, underneath Burton for second. Into turns 3 and 4. Big run on the 1 of Annette. Going to look high for the lead off turn 4. We'll have that little bit of an extra run off the banking. Schneider back out in front, leads the lap at the line. And pulls clear into turn 1 on Annette, back down to the bottom. Lead has been taken back. Less than 50 laps to go here at Atlanta. Chris George, welcome to the stream. First of 2 races on a doubleheader Thursday. We'll be running at Homestead Miami Speedway up next. And they're trying to go for back-to-back wins after winning at Phoenix last night. Pit strategy here today. Gotta feel confident going forward for this race. Still one more pit stop will remain. These guys are about 4 laps short on fuel. And as far as the tires go, they probably wouldn't make it to the end of the fuel run anyway on tires. But easily a one-stop race to the finish from here after we're done the rain with about 54 laps left. I'd say it took about 7 or 8 laps for Schneider to get back out in front. A little bit longer. He struggled a bit more and actually fell back to 6th on that restart. Again, once he gets out in front of the leaders, gets that clean air back, he is gone. What a race car. Imagine what the speed would be like if this thing's maxed out at 100 all the way around it. 94, 90, and 90. And it definitely has the fastest car in this race, but doesn't let all the laps either. Pretty darn close to it, though. Yeah, we get to the checkered flag with the way this team has ran so far. I mean, he's going to lead all but maybe 30 or 40 laps at the most. More than that. We've got to lead over 100 laps today. Snowman Dude 22, welcome to the stream. Still 42 to go. We have time left in this race. The line now rolled it 8th with a different camera with one final time in today's race over the next 8 laps. Watching right now as we're getting towards the top of the hour, nearly 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at least. Thanks for everybody tuning in here today. It's NASCAR Heat 5 action. On the career mode. Got to be the most dominating race Schneider's had in his entire career. Just winning both stages alone, plus leading the most laps up to this point of the race. Solidified that. I'm pretty sure he's clinched the most laps won as well. This car's able to run top, bottom, middle. It doesn't matter whether it's the restarts or not. Saw right there how smooth he was even on the top of his rough racetrack. Ethan, welcome to the stream. Yes, I do plan on doing that at some point. Especially with Darlington being the no time to exactly when yeah, you can watch Jimmy Johnson race IndyCar.
Hold the line. Clear down low.
It will be my first IndyCar race. I'm debating on wanting to go to Mid-Ohio this year too for IndyCar. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know when that is either. It might interrupt my NASCAR dates that I'm going to road trip wise this year. So if that's the case, I won't be able to do that. We'll see.
You got room. You're clear.
Definitely want to hit up the local dirt track a couple times this summer too. I think from July into August will be perfect because I'll have like 5 or 6 weeks in a row. I'm not going to the NASCAR race, so I can probably go to some of the local dirt tracks within an hour. Say Saturday night after work or something. Yeah, definitely a dominant run so far, Patrick. Indeed, welcome to the stream, by the way. 35 laps to go. Again, this thing still isn't over yet. We have one more set of pit stops still to come. And you know what? 11 and a half, nearly 12-second lead. Second longest in the race so far tonight for Schneider. 13 drivers on the lap.
Still there. All clear.
Oh yeah, I'd still consider it a top two. I don't think it's as prestigious as what it would have been on the oval, but it's still a top two. It's 13th place car. Gregson going a lap down. He just got the free pass. Uses that lap.
All right, you're clear then.
Track lead for Schneider over Raymond Jones. 33 laps left. Let's stick with this normal camera now to the end of the race. Remember, we will be running at Homestead after the conclusion of this one today. Part of the earlier start time.
You got room, you're clear then.
This first race, so we can get them both in at a reasonable time tonight, so we're not up late like we were last night. Plus, I was off work today, so it's a lot easier for me to do that.
Still there inside. All right, you're clear.
Yeah, exactly. Just that in general, I'd still consider it a top two.
All right, you're clear then.
And how much it means to the drivers just to win there. Just look at Harvick winning that race the last couple of years, how pumped he has been to win. And even look at doing attendance before COVID, like, still the Brickyard 400, still Indianapolis. It means a lot to these guys to win. Keselowski, when I was there in 2018, but he made a big deal of it. It was the first time he had won there. Harvick has at least won it 3 times now. It doesn't seem like it gets old to him. How frustrated Hamlin was that he couldn't seal the deal because he hasn't won that race before. Blue right front while leading it last year. All that definitely goes in there. A lot of emotions running high for that event for NASCAR.
Stay high up here. All
We're going to go lap down.
All right, clear low.
Just 11 cars on the lead lap now. Jones still holding on to second. Let's go Chastain. 4th and 5th. And they're trying to get a top 5 streak with 4 races in a row for both of those guys if they can do it again here today. They still could be in contention for a win. They both led a couple laps today. I don't know how this race is exactly going to end.
Still there. You got room, you're clear then.
Everybody will have to pit. Even if for some reason they can make it on tires to the end of this run, or to the end of the field run, which again I don't think is going to happen, but even if it does, everybody would be about 4 laps short on fuel. It wouldn't matter, everybody does have to pit. Outside of Las Vegas against Schneider has
Careful, still there.
managed his tires very well on other racetracks. His entire
You
career.
got room, you're clear then.
This year, he last in the Xfinity Series at least. Not so much in the Truck Series, he struggled a little bit more in the trucks. He won more races though. Let's keep the level of competition every level you move on up though. Let's wait until we're running with the big boys in the career mode. It's going to be a lot harder to get those top 10s in one, kind of like it was for the Xfinity Series. Plus, I mean, even Atlanta being as good of a track as it is for me in the NASCAR Heat Games, just being underfunded in the Cup Series, it's a 500-mile race. By no means is that going to be, you know, an easy shot for us to win. Long time to try to step
You
it
got
up.
room, you're clear.
That big of a race. They're likely going to be underfunded. Right side going to gas. I'll take 4 fresh tires. We have a big enough lead. Not going to hurt us. Big thing is, we have not had a green flag stop all day long. We do not want to speed
Got one
on
outside
pit
now.
road.
Clear all around.
Assuming we get a caution. run those right side tires down too low. 25 laps left.
Still there.
Schneider, you don't want to get too early
You got
either.
room. You're clear.
Allow a lot of those guys to get back on the lead lap. He's got big enough lead, you won't have to worry about getting trapped a lap down.
You got room.
Only
You're
6
clear.
cars on the lead lap as it just lapped Alex Revay into turn 3. This lap traffic has been these last couple laps as well. Pretty much the entire race. Jackson Thomas looking at the
Still
stream.
there. Outside, outside. Top 3, use it if you need it. Clear high, bud. Still there. All clear. Easy on those tires, driver.
He's lapped inside the top 5. Not saving anything here with 23 to go. He knows he's got to pit. Have as many cars lapped down as he can at this point.
All right, you're clear there.
Go to that high side, middle to upper groove at least. Get around Annette and Briscoe. Look at that, just 2 cars on the lead lap. The second place car of Brandon Jones and the race leader of Katie Schneider. Schneider's now lapped the field into turn 3. And this is unbelievable. What a run by this 99 team here today. 21 laps left at the line. Now even if we do get a caution, only the second place driver is going to get back on the lead lap. And they'd have to restart at the rear of the field.
You're clear all around there. All right, you're clear there. We've got 20 more laps.
20 to go here at Atlanta.
Clear high, clear high.
Exit's 2 laps down now in 13.
Gotta take care of the tires. You're all clear on the bottom there.
Schneider's not going to risk it too much, take it any further. He will pit this time as he gets into turns 3 and 4. Closed in on Hemrick, had to let him go and then duck onto pit road here. 45 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. Easily gets down without speeding. He had plenty of time, huge lead, not willing to really risk speeding or sliding the tires too much and spinning out onto pit road. 4 fresh tires here. He'll top off on fuel while he's at it. No adjustments to this 99 team for their final pit stop of the day. Caution comes out now. Yeah, that would be not so good now that we're in the pits. .2 second stop.
All right now, dig, dig, dig.
Brandon Jones is in the lead currently. These guys are 4 laps short on fuel. This is the last set of tires for Schneider in this race today.
Outside.
Stay on the apron, getting up to speed. Just getting up there, merged back into the traffic. So he's in 7th place, cycling out of the pits. When will everybody else hit pit road? I'm actually surprised at it. Schneider was the first to pit, but now he's got 4 fresh Goodyears. He's got about 40 lap pressure tires, 45 lap pressure tires Everybody's just trying to stay out as long as they can. I think that's why they're managing their tires a little bit better than what we've seen the AI do outside of Las Vegas. It's simply because if caution comes out now, they're going to have a shot to win this thing still. Because Schneider can't pit. That was his final set of tires.
Careful, still there. Clear all around. Clear
You
low.
might as well run that until it blows right now for some of these leaders that have a shot to win at least. So for Brandon Jones in second.
Top three.
Why not see that happen? But as these tires get older and older, they have more of a risk of having to blow too.
Hold that line.
Again, we saw this race go to overtime last year. We've had 5 cautions for incident today alone. And it blows by Michael Annette.
Clear high, bud.
Gonna go to that middle of the upper groove to get around Briscoe through 1 and 2. The second behind Brandon Jones off turn 2 for the race lead. Leading laps again here late. He isn't even going to lead back to the start-finish line this time. Schneider is rolling on the outside.
Still there.
Schneider clears Jones off turn 4. I mean, that's how much faster not only he is, but on 4 fresh fingers. So 14 laps to go. Schneider's back in the lead at Atlanta. Now just hoping it stays green to the finish. At least long enough for these guys to cycle through pit stops, because if that happens, Schneider's going to have a little lead on the field again, then he doesn't care about the caution. Question mark still to be decided.
You got room. You're clear there. Hold your line. Got one outside. Clear high, bud.
14 to go. These laps are winding down pretty quick. Here come some of the leaders into the pits. Not all of them yet. Chase Briscoe stays out another lap. Brandon Jones did come into the pits there. Again, not all the lead lap cars. Some of these guys are going to try to stretch it absolutely as long as they can. Can't blame them for it. Oh, caution is out. Trouble in turn 1. There's a car up in smoke. With 13 to go, the caution waves. Now down to 12 under the yellow. Oh, man, that is a terrible break for the race leader. And he was racing around turn 4. He might have lapped... Yeah, he lapped Gregson and C. Some of those other guys were in the pits at the timing of the yellow, like Brandon Jones, Harrison Burke, Michael Annette, Riley Herbst. They'll actually get to cycle back in front of guys that were still on the racetrack, like Briscoe, Chastain, Haley, LeBay, Cindric, Alfredo. They'll have to pit now, but they're still going to be on equal tires. That will just mean that Jones will restart in second. And then everybody else who hasn't pit yet will have to restart behind those guys that already pit. Free pass goes to Segan 12th, and that is terrible. Because now everybody's going to have about 10 lap pressure tires than Schneider for this restart. Green flag back in the air. Here we go, 9 laps left at Atlanta. After our 6th caution of the race, Schneider hasn't had to fight too hard all day long, but he might have to fight here. Goes to show how hard it is to win these races. It is never easy. Jackson hopefully didn't jinx us. Hopefully we still got a victory lane. A little early on celebrating the win, perhaps. Harrison Burke with a great restart to get to second place. 3 and nearly 4 wide off turn 4. Further back, 8 laps to go. How about Chastain, who's already won 2 races this season? He's trying to go for a 3rd. Burke blocks him off for the moment. Harrison Burke's got to run. Off turn 2. Schneider's going to block him up. Chastain going to try the high side now. Perhaps on Harrison Burke. Burton tried to run that 10 car wide. 7 more laps, and Burton is coming in hot. Look at Alex LeBay. He didn't win a race all last season. He's trying to win here late. Schneider slides up on older tires. Burton's going to get to the inside, and Burton's going to get to the lead up turn 2. Chastain's going to push Schneider down the back straightaway. Sends him off into turn 3. When will these tires even out, if they will at all? Brandon Jones trying to get back into it. He gets around LeVay for second. 6 laps left. Harrison Burton, who won 6 times, plus winning the championship last year, leads late here at Atlanta. After a terrible timing caution for the 99 of Schneider, who has absolutely dominated the day. Now he's just trying to block off Michael Annett. Sends it into 3 and 4. He's better on this end of the track than what he is in 1 and 2. 5 laps to go for Harrison Burton here today at Atlanta.
Hold your line. 5 to go. Big time back. Car outside. Hold your line.
Schneider just trying to hold on. Oh, he got tight. Up the track, barely cleared Briscoe. 3 wide for third. Underneath Chastain and LeVay. Oh my goodness, he's driving it hard. Briscoe had to get out of the gas. Schneider pulls up. He clears both the 10 and the 36 there. 4 to go. Jones to the outside of Burton for the lead. Caution's out again. Another caution further back in the pack. This is going to force overtime for the 2nd season in a row at Atlanta. 2 less laps now for Schneider to try and get out in front. He will be on the inside groove on the restart. He's got older tires, and this is going to bunch everybody back up again. This is only race 1 of 2 here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're racing at Homestead. Coming up next, Burton was barely, by inches out ahead of Jones the time into the caution. So we'll run past the scheduled distance. We will go to overtime for the first time this season. For the 4th time we have had a caution in the final 20 laps. 3rd time in the final 10 of the first 5 races. Green flag back in the air. Harrison Burton will lead the field to the green at Atlanta. Who is going to win this race?
Alright, you're clear then.
Schneider 3 wide. What a jump! Oh, he just slides up in front of Burton. And Jones. Burton, I think he got out of the gas. He didn't know if that 99 was going to clear him or not. Schneider's out in front now, but that straightaway trying to hold on. 2nd win here. Only caution hurt him. That 2nd one might have helped him. Alex LeVay's up to 2nd. 1 lap to go at the start-finish line for Schneider to try and get back-to-back wins on the season. For the 2nd year in a row, overtime might have helped the 99 go to victory lane at Atlanta. Only 1 more corner to go. LeVay is trying to hold off Michael Annett for 2nd. They're about a half a second off the lead. They're not going to be able to get to Schneider. And despite 2 late yellows, Schneider is going to hold on older tires to win at Atlanta. Checkered flag in the air. 2nd win in a row, 2nd of the season, and 2nd in his career at Atlanta. A lot of 2s there. But he was not 2nd here tonight. It ended up being a lot harder than what it probably had to be for the 99, considering how dominant they were all day. But man, that just goes to show how hard it is to win races. It is never locked up until the checker flag waves, or at least the white flag with a big lead like he had. Just didn't mean to nose it into the wall there. Oh, ooh, look at the damage. We didn't bang up the car too much, though. Remember, we got to use this chassis at Homestead later today. What a win. Him and Chastain each have 2 wins this year. Smoke show for the fans. Take a look at the finishing results to today's race. Schneider again with the win. Michael Annett 2nd. Alex LeVay 3rd. Chase Briscoe with a 4th straight top 5 finish. He finishes 4th here today. Brandon Jones 5th. Ross Chastain 6th. Harrison Burton 7th. Austin Silver Gate with the upgrade of 9th. Justin Haley rounds out the top 10. Top 5 straight comes to an end for Chastain, but he does finish 6th. A good run there. Only 13 cars finished on the lead lap. 7 cautions for incident. Most we've had in a single race this season. Tying us with Vegas at least, and this one went into overtime. We got our first race to go into overtime this year. Timmy Hill, Mike Harmon, CJ McLaughlin, all DNF'd. The 3 drivers that failed to finish this race. Well, Jackson, you almost jinxed it, but you didn't. I don't believe in like jinxing and all that stuff, but boy, right as soon as you said you're gonna win, caution waves, like immediately, like 8 restarted us with 9 to go. Schneider does move up to second in points today, up 2 spots. Briscoe still the points leader. He's been Mr. Consistent, but hasn't gotten a win yet again. 4 top 5s in the first 5 races of the season. He is almost duplicating what Hamlin was able to do. He's led a lot of laps this year, too. And again, there's Schneider in victory lane. His 6th career Xfinity Series win, 2nd this season. This will for sure lock him into the playoffs if we get more than 12 different winners. We had 15 last season. But we also started 6 races into the year without a different winner. And we've already had 2 repeat winners in the first 5 races of Chastain and Schneider. It's a little bit different start to Season 2 of the Xfinity Series here. Schneider led 131 laps in today's race. I think we ended up running 165 because of overtime. We went 2 laps past the scheduled distance. But still, I mean, all but 34 laps led. Again, that was a dominant performance. Won both stages and the race. First time he has done that in his career. First time he's even won more than 1 stage in a race in his career. A lot of seconds, a lot of firsts tonight in the career for Schneider. I forgot we saved after the last race, too. Smooth driving, that is huge. Had a very clean day. Already completed our payout bonus, $93,000 going our way there. Let's simulate this. It's going to give us a little bit more money. We're racking up the cash for Season 2 of the Xfinity Series. Well, 2 wins early on. Obviously, he's going to help that. So going to Homestead here tonight for a 300-mile race. It'll be our second race of the evening of this doubleheader Thursday action on the channel for NASCAR Heat 5. First, we got to see what that Speedway chassis will be up to. We'll be down from where we were at Atlanta, but we'll still be fairly quick. 88, 85, and 85 is what we're going to be at chassis-wise. Again, our departments can be 95, 90, and 90. I think we will add another car in the shop. And honestly, I'm probably going to look at buying another Speedway chassis because we got a ton of like Speedways back to back. It'd be nice. We could hire 2 more employees with that. So I think we're just going to save money. And honestly, oh man, we got $2 million to get to that. I think that's ideally what we're going to go for next here. As far as department upgrades, a little over $1 million to get to the aero and the suspension. We'll save the pit crew because they're already looking fast. Yeah, we will repair the short track as well with going to Bristol soon. Our Bristol chassis will be maxed out when we get to there. So again, 88, 85, and 85 is what we're going to be looking when we go to Homestead. All right, we'll see what we can do there. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I will see you guys in the next stream coming up here in a couple minutes again at Homestead. So just look out on the channel for that. Hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss another stream or upload. And check out the Dover race highlights that I uploaded today from the grandstands as well. And that should be about it for this one. Again, thanks for everybody watching. I'll catch you very, very soon.